welcome to the paper pad. So in this video, I am planning on making a mini journal or mini album with an accordion folder inside of it and then sending it as a snail mail. So you could probably call it a bit of a junk journal. And I recently just made this project, so I'm going to share it with you. And this was my first accordion folder, actually, that I've ever made. And then I got cocky and I'm like, I'm going to try something new, something that I've not seen done before. So this is for my cousin, actually, and it's got some different Christmas, it's basically her Christmas present. And I filled it, and I've used this washi tape to line the blank paper because I actually used pre-made envelopes to make the pockets. So here's this. I'm not going to take all the goodies out because I still want this to be a surprise for her if she is watching this video. This is the supplies I will most likely be using in this video to make this other project. These paper pads are from Hobby Lobby. I cannot link to them, but they were on sale in the Christmas section of Hobby Lobby. I have some note cards which I'm planning on using because I like the size of them and they're double-sided, so I don't have to double-side any of my regular paper. And I will link to some note cards in the description if you want the colorful ones. And then this is the book for paper lovers. I got this because I've seen lots of European snail mail YouTubers who use flow books for paper lovers. This is basically the American equivalent. Here's a quick little flip through. It's full of all sorts of mixed media, as well as some scrapbooking pages and letter writing stuff, etc., etc. So this will likely come into play during this video if I need some larger paper than my 6x6 pads here. So let's get started. Hello again, everyone. Happy Saturday. Now, unfortunately, I lost the footage of actually assembling my journals, but I would be happy to make a tutorial for you another time if you're interested. It's very, very simple, and there are a bunch of other tutorials on YouTube if you cannot wait. But leave a comment down below if you want to see me make a tutorial for those. Next, this mail is going to Alex. So Alex, if you're watching, please log off because I don't want this to be spoiled for you. I was really happy with the way it turned out and I think you're really going to like it. Now right now I am just punching holes through the pages, which I have put in order for this journal, and then I'm going to sew through them to create a binding, just with some basic white thread and an embroidery needle. I actually ended up making two journals. So the one that you're seeing right here is an additional journal that I made to give as a gift to Alex. And then I made the first one, which that footage got deleted through a long and painful process. But the first journal is going to be the actual mail. So I'm going to add pockets and little flaps and all sorts of goodies and send that as the mail. And then this one's going to be an additional goodie for her to use. We are almost 12 days away from Christmas, which is very exciting. I am currently on Christmas break, so I've been trying to do a lot of crafting because I've really missed that. I've had a pretty textbook heavy year and I've missed the hands-on activity. I never really thought I was the kind of person that needs the hands-on activities, but I've noticed it more this year, where I definitely am missing having something to make with my hands. So I'm very excited to have some free time to do what I want and make these mails, as well as other art and watercoloring. I posted some watercolor project life cards or watercolor journaling cards that I made on my Instagram, which you should go check out after this video. It's the_paper_pad. And it's going to be the same photo that I have for my YouTube channel, so it'll be pretty easy for you to find. This is just a flip through of all of the pages that I added in her little junk journal. Now these are note cards, and I'm lining the top of them with Christmas washi tape that I got at Hobby Lobby because I like Since I'm not using very decorative paper, I like the look of having the rim lined with this washi tape. So the reason I decided to add an accordion folder, or to make accordion folders in the first place, is because I really wanted to send a lot of my Christmas goodies. I have too many Christmas goodies that I can use within this next 12 days, 13 days. So I wanted to send them off as much as I could. So an accordion folder, in my mind, was the best way to do that. So what you see me doing right now is gluing these together to make pockets, individual pockets. If you're using pre-made envelopes, this would just be cutting your envelopes down to size. So I'm going to put some around the bottom and the sides to make a very simple pocket, and then we're going to glue them together so they unfold like an accordion. But the first step is just to get the pocket that you're going to use. Okay, so I set those aside so they could dry, and they are dry now. I'm just going to kind of show you that they all open up to make these little pockets. They're pretty shallow because it was a small journal, but you can make them any size. Of course, I kind of like how they were small because small things are cute. Now, to assemble it as an accordion folder, you put a line of glue straight down the middle and then across the bottom. And then you would glue the other pocket on top of that. So straight through the middle and then across on the bottom. And I'm just going to stack them together, and then I'll let them sit and dry for a little bit before I add them into my journal. Now, while those are drying, I'm going to make some other pockets for my journal. And I wanted to show you how to make a pocket, or the best way to make a pocket that doesn't bulk up as much. You're going to basically cut the paper much larger than you need it. So I'm kind of sketching out some little flaps. I think they're probably about 1 centimeter long, and just for demonstration, normally I eyeball this, but so you go about 1 centimeter longer on each side and then longer across the bottom. So those are going to create little flaps they'll fold in. I cut this down to size, and just to show you, you fold each side in, and then you fold the bottom up. So I'm measuring it to make sure that it will fit on the page, and then you fold the bottom up like that. And to make it not bulk up as much, you'll have some little squares over in the corners which you can cut off. And if you cut them at an angle, it creates a very pretty fold whenever they fold up together. Not that anyone's going to see it, it just makes you happy, and it makes me happy. So I'm cutting off a little additional bulk there. And the sides fold in and the bottom folds up, or the bottom folds up and the side folds in, and you glue them together, and then you glue that into the page. So now that the accordion folder is dry, it's time to add that into the journal. I'm just pulling it apart to show you how it looks. Accordion folders are very cool. So I'm going to start off just by gluing in the back side. So one side first, and I'll let that dry, and then I'll do the other side because I don't want this to be ripping apart from wet glue. This little tool that I'm using is called a bone folder. I will have one linked for you in the description if you're interested. They're really useful when crafting because they help get a crisp fold if you're folding things, and then I also use them to flatten out things whenever I have glue so that it kind of spreads the glue evenly and gets it nice and pressed down in the page. So since this first little mini album is done apart from drying and being filled, I'm going to show you the other little journal that I made as a gift. So this one is going to be less bulky, much smaller, and I'm going to send it along to her. It's empty, but it's got some cool little flaps. This is just a little note I wrote with some suggestions on how to use it because it's Christmas themed and we don't have a whole lot of time to use it. So I recommended keeping Christmas lists, shopping lists, a little to-do list before Christmas, etc., etc., as well as some to-watch lists and bucket lists and things like that if she wanted. Of course, she can do whatever she wants with it, but I just thought it would help along if she drew a blank. So this is a little flip through. And some of those pages are from the For the Love of Paper book, as well as the paper pads. These are just some little additional goodies that I stuck in the belly band in the back. And now it is time to fill the journal. First, I wanted to make a little tab with a little scrap piece of Christmas paper that I have so that it will be easier to pull the accordion folder open. These are the little Christmas watercolor journaling cards that I talked about. If you're interested in these, then I have a little paint with me on Instagram that you can go check out, as well as my Christmas paint with me that I did here on YouTube. I did not make these in that video, I made them at a different time, but they are similar designs, so if you want to see some other watercolor painting with me, then I will have that linked in the description for you down below. In this first pocket, I am putting a washi tape sample. It's all Christmas washi tape. You can see me get that in my Hobby Lobby haul or my Hobby Lobby $20 budget shop with me. I'll also have that linked down below. Off camera, I added a few decorative things. On that first page, I wrote, "It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas." Then I added a poll for my questions and answers. This was made from a brown paper bag that was a shopping bag, and it was already folded in that way, so I basically just wrote on it and glued it in. And then I changed the tea that I included in the back. This one is a vanilla bean. I also made her a shaker pocket. On the left you have green star sequins, and on the right it is circle white sequins. Now I am going to fill the accordion with these various Christmas stickers in the far back pocket. I have these snowflake die cuts that are kind of like chipboard die cuts, which I'm going to put in one, and then these are all stamped images that I've stamped on different kinds of paper and cut out. I thought that she would probably be able to use these in packaging for Christmas gifts. So there are lots of like surprise and celebrate words, and then these are some little chipboard reindeer that I have, and they have little puffy stickers on the back so they can be stuck on whatever. This is going to be your final flip through of both this album and all of the other goodies that I include with it. Thanks so much for watching to the end. I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like, leave a comment, subscribe, ring the bell, all that jazz. Let me know if you want to see a tutorial on how I make these little journals, or if you have any other suggestions or things you want me to show you. My Instagram is linked down below, so if this inspires you to make an accordion folder mail, then go ahead and tag me. I would love to see all of the wonderful creations you make. Until next time, this is Hannah signing off.